Can full of confidence. Okay. And well, I've got this backwards. All right, you guys. Hi, I'm Toastmaster McCloskey. This is my Icebreaker. So I'd like to start off by saying it's probably the easiest speech I'll give in this club. Talk about yourself. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be that easy. Simply because it's all about overcoming and becoming the man you want to be in your life, or woman. But I want to paint a picture in your head real quick. All right, you're taking a bird's eye point of view. You're not actually in the moment, but you're looking down. You're in a wooded area. There's a pavement floor and a basketball hoop. There's a tan young boy around the age of 12 playing with his friends. It's a surprisingly bright, beautiful day. Everyone's having a great time. And you're looking upon this moment and you realize that that's not your moment. Your moment is inside, and you are looking at admiration. You want that. That was my life. And the boy, the tan little boy who's playing with his friends, that's my older brother. Joe is 6 years older than me. Joe was always confident, he was always friendly, and he always had a lot of friends. I, on the other hand, had one friend. His name was Bo, and he was chunky, and I didn't have the opportunities that Joe had, simply because I didn't like basketball. I'm so uncoordinated. Even as a kid, I never had a passion for learning. I never really wanted to. I had video games. I had the RPGs, you know. I had my Dragon Ball Z, I had my Pokemon, I had it all. That's all I needed, because I just had my one friend, Bo, and he's not going running anywhere, so we made do with what we had, right? But it was actually really hard growing up, and I mainly contributed to my dad being gone a lot of the time. Now, my dad didn't leave the family for personal choices. He worked for the National Guard. He was a lieutenant colonel at the time. He was a major, working for the Army National Guard. He worked in the Pentagon. And so when we lived in West Virginia, it was about an hour-and-a-half drive every morning to get to the Pentagon. Then he had to come back. And once he got back, he was so stressed out, and just the way he is, he didn't have much time for hanging out with the 4 kids he had. So growing up, I was kind of confused. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. But I knew I was good at a couple things. I could run. I could make people laugh by being a goofball, as the youngest usually is. And I could academically excel, unlike my siblings. So Joe, stud, had tons of friends, and my 2 sisters, gorgeous, sweet girls. They had as many friends as they could have as teenage girls back then. But I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. So just keeping this mindset, it's mainly my father who, looking back on it, is the reason why I wasn't able to get these kinds of traits, this competitive attitude that a lot of kids in my class had, or something like that. So I go back and I try to find where did this happen? Why did this happen? One of the most striking events that happened as a kid was that my father was actually there 9/11 at the Pentagon. He wasn't in the Pentagon. He had an hour later, right where the right fuselage burst. I remember my mom, all she knew was my father had a meeting at the Pentagon that day. Later, she finds out Pentagon had a plane crashed into it. I was, let's see, it happened in 2001, I was 5, just turned 5. I was not in preschool yet. I was in preschool. I had gotten home. I was sitting on the floor eating my delicious bologna sandwich on wheat bread with mustard. That's it, right? Delicious. So this is a continuing trait. My mom crying, my dad not being there, and it would happen throughout the rest of my life. So we progress a little bit more. We go through elementary school, right? It's its own thing, you know. I get through the games. I get through Emerald. I get through Diamond, Pokemon, all the levels. Yes, ma'am?
5 minutes, sorry.
I'm at 5 minutes?
You're at 5 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So get to middle school. We actually moved to South Carolina, and now it's a whole new realm. Everyone's growing up. Guys are getting zits. You know, girls. It's crazy. But my dad still is at the Pentagon, and it's an awkward time because now I'm growing up, and my brother wants me to grow up too. So I get into some bad habits. My brother, he's in high school. He's trying to get me to do these, you know, just the simple little drugs and alcohol and that kind of stuff, making bad decisions. And I'm in middle school, and I just don't know what to do. So, yes, ma'am. I'll wrap it up. So I'm just in this confused place, like I was in elementary school. Moving along, I realized that I have to start making some changes. High school comes along, and the best thing that could have happened happens to me. I finally find my niche. My friends, my group, they don't do drugs. They don't make fun of you for something you're not or something you are. I finally find people that play video games but also like to get outside, get outdoors, do what they want to do. I start to get that confidence. My dad comes home, he retires, and suddenly everything's fine and dandy. But, you know, life is always throwing you these curveballs, right? And that's where I'm at now, is a place in my life where these curveballs that keep coming at me. My dad, my mom, they're getting older. Siblings are finally getting older. And I have to start making these decisions based off my past experiences. I need to get the confidence to go out there and make something of my life. And that's where I'm at now. And that's the end of my speech. Thank you.